Ja, ik denk dat zo. I could do it perfectly yesterday. You actually need to like upgrade or something. So I got really good at creative, man. Yep.
My girlfriend of 6 years broke my heart today. Thanks for the late stream. You saved a life tonight. Ray, fuck that bitch, dog.
Hola.
So I love how this movie is called Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. Like, it's freaking Lee Daniels, the butler. I get that it's because of copyright, since, movies all of a sudden are trying to adapt games we were playing back in 3rd grade. There's Truth or Dare, there's Hide and Seek, there's Tag, there's Uncle Tom's Cabin. And while this is the studio that produced Oscar-winning films like Whiplash and Get Out, let's be honest here. Y'all know this is a low stream it. But let me explain. So to tackle this whole thing right from the beginning, right, for those who really care about the origin of this curse, it starts in Mexico in this church where a priest has set up a convent for girls who love playing games such as hide and seek, but it's kind of implied that the priest likes to seek a little too deep. So one of the girls decides that the best way out of this, right, the best way to be able to get rid of this dude who's messing with them is to, summon a demon. This is the name of that demon, which I ain't pronouncing because I ain't about to get cursed, but pretty much this spirit can take over a person, place, thing, or idea, such as the game Truth and Dare. After it gets summoned, it cuts up the priest and buries its body underneath the floorboards, and then decides to stay and still torment the girls by forcing them to continue playing the game Truth or Dare, and pretty much turns it into Russian roulette. The main chick who summoned it realizes that she just has to repeat a phrase 7 times, like Hail Mary, cut off her tongue, and wax seal it in a pot for everything to be good and the demon to go away. But of course, crazy teenagers always gotta show up. There's this guy right here who decided to come with his original group. He's the one who breaks the pot, and the curse gets released, and all of his friends start dying one by one. He then thinks, well, shoot, I saw it follows. I'll just bring new people up here to the church and pass it on to them, and that's when we get this main cast, who are some of the dumbest kids I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, look at this place. Why would you follow a stranger into that? Of course, he hits them with this the moment that they're there.
I brought you all up here because I'm okay with strangers dying if it means I get to live.
They get cursed and have to play the game in order of this photo. Now listen, I don't know who thought putting this dirt Snapchat filter would be scary, but I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing throughout the entire time. Like, randomly they start seeing things like this and get told truth or dare and find themselves in the most awkward situations, even more awkward than that's already, right? You got these 7 coming in order of 1, this girl having to admit out loud in the library that her friend cheated on her boyfriend. 2, this dude who refuses to do a dare, showing his penis, so he gets killed by a pool table. 3 is the boyfriend having to admit that he actually has feelings for the main chick, Olivia. 4 is the friend having to smash the main chick's hand. 5 is this kid reenacting Love Simon and coming out to his dad. 6 is this dude penning himself during an interview because he won't tell the truth. And 7 is this day drinker who has to finish an entire bottle of vodka while walking on top of a roof, which is just a normal Saturday night in college. I personally love how this chick keeps getting mad, right? That's where they add a little angst because she feels everyone's ruining her relationship when she's the one who's cheated. There's even a subplot later on where her dad had committed suicide and she realizes that her friend was almost molested by her father the night that he decided to commit suicide. And even though her dad was the one who almost raped someone, she blames her friend. I'm always curious why demons appear behind people and then just like disappear and the person never saw them. So I'm like, who are these demons trying to spook? And there's even that point where this girl finishes straight up 80 ounces of Amsterdam and is walking straighter than an alpha male in the next scene. They eventually meet up with the survivor of the first group who fails her dare of killing Olivia. So the main chick and this chick both die in the process. Simon gets shot by a cop when he's dared to make his father beg at gunpoint. And somehow, after all of this, the cops still let them walk around. I think my favorite dare was when Olivia realizes, because they actually do have to do the dares again, it goes in a cycle. Olivia realizes that there's this 2 truth limit, and then the next needs to be a dare. And she decides to get a dare, which causes her to get forced into having sex with her best friend's boyfriend. Man, this dude knew he was next, and he was like, shoo, you can double dare me next. With these 3 being left, they decide to find the original nun who started it all. She tells them the rules. They then have to go find the guy who brought them there, since he's the one who broke the vase. But then, not only does he die doing the ritual, because he's dragging, but the boyfriend dies, and it's just these 2. And get this, Olivia decides to freaking bring the demon into the game of truth or dare. Now look, I'm okay with that, right? If the rules are that you have to be in the church in order to involve someone else in the game, and you're on top of your feet, and you decide to bring in that demon, so now it's stuck playing too, that's smart. But why not dare it to kill it though? Y'all still could have done truth, bring it in, it then has to do it there, and then boom, everybody wins. But instead, you decide to live stream on YouTube from the church, because I guess you can digitally now release a curse, and then curse the entire world just so you can delay your turn? Blumhouse? Now you know that's just dumb. Tell the truth. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Like I said, you can always have fun with these dumb little movies, but that ending, bro, they just want to set it up for a sequel where it's practically Rings. Like you did, I mean, you were supposed to be in the church. Now you don't have to be in the church, and you're digitally cursing everyone out in the world. Even though this girl said that she would kill her friends to save Mexico? What? I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Any other questions or thoughts that you have for this movie or any other ones, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, because I dare you. Before I Wake is one of those movies that gets finished and then for whatever reason takes forever to get released, which to me is weird because it has an Academy Award winning actress as co-star. Even though Jacob Tremblay to me is like the new Haley Joel Osment, this movie is just a stream it, which is perfect since it's already on Netflix. Let me explain. We follow Cody, who's a little boy that's been going from foster parents to foster parents, but he has a gift that only appears when he's sleeping, but that gift can also turn into a nightmare, which brings about these magical butterflies and instead turns him into freaking Slender Man. His newest foster father is getting sick of this little boy and all of his nightmare-ish things that keep appearing, so he decides to come into his room with a Glock ready to kill Damien, but regrets it last minute, and they lock him up in Arkham. Forward to a couple whose kid went to rub-a-dub drown in the bathtub and have been trying really hard to cope with their loss, so they decide to buy another kid. They bring Cody home, and this social worker doesn't even give them a warning, doesn't notify them that there have been literal people who have gone missing when they try taking care of this kid. She doesn't show them the Carfax on this child, which would have been a nice thing to know. But he joins their family and he starts staring at a portrait of the old kid the same way Buzz would stare at Woody. Everything seems to be going fine until the mom tries to tuck him into bed, and he mentions that he doesn't like sleeping because he's afraid of the cankerman. The cankerman. If you don't get it by the spelling, I guess that's why you're watching this video. He knocks out and all of a sudden these Butterfrees appear and the parents think it's really cool. So holy smokes, so does their child. Now I'm gonna say this. If my dead kid appears out of nowhere, I'm gonna have to punt him. Like, you can't just be accepting demons into your house because they pretend to be your loved ones. I'm gonna have to give
Max,
your kid an
please
activation
stop.
code to distinguish him from any clones that try to take his place. Anyways, Cody wakes up, which means that these manifestations are really just a part of his dreams, and that kid appeared exactly like he did on the portrait, couldn't speak or anything, because that's the only time that Cody has ever seen him. The mom picks up on this like a Harvard graduate and gets to work. She starts posting up more pictures of her original kid all over the place. She shows Cody home videos of the kid, and the next time that Cody knocks out, those knobby butterflies appear, and she gets parental access to her child. Here's the thing though, Cody ain't dumb. He starts picking up on the fact that he's getting used and starts having these nightmares again, and where the cankerman actually appears in real life. So now there's a struggle between the mom forcing the kid to knock out and this kid pulling a Nightmare on Elm Street, literally popping sugar packets like speed so he can stay up. Eventually, he comes across a bully at school who he's trying to avoid at recess, but since this dude's been getting no sleep, he knocks out like I did in high school, leaving Logan Paul Jr. over here to come in and try to do his shenanigans. Luckily, the Cankerman appears like Death Note and consumes this kid like a Hollywood executive. Whole town's now freaking out because there's a missing kid, which causes Cody himself to freak out when the police come by and he asks his parents, "What? Not that good of an actor now, huh, Tremblay?" Obviously, this kid definitely wants to avoid sleep, so he starts jacking the coffee. He's drinking it without even French pressing it. However, his foster mom starts treating him like Slim Shady and slipping Ambien pills to him. That means that this kid is out cold, so when the Cankerman appears to attack the parents and goes from really bad PlayStation 2 graphics to looking like those putty minions from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they can't do anything to stop it. And look at this frame right here. I know Sir Tremblay is expensive, but dude, that budget. Skeletor ends up eating the dad and pimp smacks the mom. She knocks out. She wakes up. Husband is gone. The kid gets repossessed and taken away because they claim that the mom was feeding him pills that, well, the doctor subscribed. Even later on, they end up giving him pills, but either way, it leaves the audience with one of the biggest questions in the movie. How does this woman not have bags in her eyes? Like, she's a nurse, so you know she's working mad hours. She's staying up late so she can talk to her dead son. She's a full-on mother as well. How does she not look like she's about to fly southwest? That's how you know this movie is fiction. Anyways, mom goes on her quest for answers and she solves the entire case. You see, the thing is, Cody was born to a single mother who noticed that Cody had a gift. As he got older, those mutant powers that he had would develop more and more, but his mom's health got worse and worse. She ends up dying of cancer, which he, as a kid, thought was pronounced canker. So the last time that he ends up seeing his mom is her completely drained, and that ends up being the image that gets engraved in his mind and what he attaches to what would become the canker monster. As he went from foster home to foster home, his powers would continue to develop, causing him to have these nightmares whenever things were going wrong or not the way that he wanted him to. So if he had a foster mom who got sick and it reminded him of his dying mother, those nightmares would then happen again, which would release the canker monster and ends up eating that mom. That then causes the dad to go crazy because every night the kid would dream variations of that mom. It ends up being like a mannequin. It looks like a mail order bride. So obviously that's when you get the beginning where the dude comes in with a Glock and ends up in an asylum. With all this info, the main actress then goes to the foster institution, which he's taken over in his sleep. He's got everyone cooped up in cocoons since, his powers are growing and it keeps with the whole butterfly theme. The mom has to encounter her child drowning on repeat and learn to move on. And then she confronts the monster by showing the mom's original Build-A-Bear butterfly, giving the monster a hug, and then sharing a Pepsi. Cody's inner demons have been conquered by someone who by showing the mom's original Build-A-Bear butterfly, giving the monster a hug, and then sharing a Pepsi. Encounter her child drowning on repeat and learn to move on, and then she confronts the monster by showing the mom's original Build-A-Bear butterfly, giving the monster a hug, and then sharing a Pepsi. Cody's inner demons have been conquered by someone who finally truly loves him. And even though I don't think it's legal, she takes the kid home, and the social worker just looks at them and she lets it happen. She tells him a bedtime story about how his powers will grow as he matures, how she'll never leave him, and how every missing person he hurts can come back if he just dreams it. Except for her husband. Like, she straight up asks for everyone to come back to the real world, and she's just like, I wish him a good afterlife. Thank you guys for checking out this video. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. This is one of those movies that's very interesting. Like, it's due.
This is gonna be my last clip.